Hey, Emily, what's up?
Hi.
How's it going?
Can't believe I'm on your show.
I can't believe you
I'm
called
doing
on my
good.
show. What's up?
I was calling because my partner and I have been together about 23 years now. We've never gotten married or anything, but we've been together 23 years, and it seems like we've kind of growing apart, and he doesn't seem to see it. I don't know. So I just don't know what's going on, and I don't know what to do.
How come you've been together a quarter century? You never got married?
Well, I was never someone that really saw their wedding as like I wasn't that girl that grew up and saw their wedding and was wanted to wear a wedding dress and all this or anything like that. We did get engaged, I think 2 years in or that sort of thing. But yeah, we just never went
That's a
through
19-year engagement, man. That's a long run.
it. Yeah.
I don't know Canada's what we call in the States the common law laws.
Yeah.
Do you have a claim to things if you've been together for 25 years or 23 years, but you've never been officially married?
I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
They seem to be, I don't know, it's kind of vague as to what, I think it's whatever you came into the relationship with is yours.
But what happens if y'all buy a house together, or if you've got equity in something, or y'all both bought a car together?
Then you split it.
Okay. So tell me why you think you have grown apart, and he doesn't seem to believe you've grown apart.
Well, not that he doesn't believe it, but I think he's just sort of ignoring it. Well, in the last 23 years, we've gone on vacation every summer and we've only ever gone on 2 vacations that I would want to go on. The rest are always camping. So he doesn't really take my opinion into consideration for anything like that.
Hold on. But you've let this happen for 23 years.
Yeah.
Help me with that. I mean, you're blaming him for something that has just been the way y'all have functioned.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just been the way we function, that we've always gone camping. That's always what we do, so that's always what we do. And, no matter how much I complain about it, it's just well, we're going camping.
But you just still go camping. You get what I'm saying? You still go camping.
Well, this year I didn't go.
Yeah, there you go, Emily. Okay.
Yeah, this year I said no. I went last year and it was absolutely a shit show. It was horrible.
Okay.
And I said no. I said I'm not going this year. So he went with our kids by himself for a week.
Okay.
And when he did go, I almost kind of realized that I didn't really miss him. I missed more my kids than anything.
Okay. How else are you growing apart?
We don't go on dates or anything like that.
Did you used to?
We used to, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
something heavy sitting on your chest. What's underneath all this?
Well, I was diagnosed bipolar.
Okay.
A little while ago. And I've always suffered from anxiety and depression and that throughout my life.
Okay.
But I was just diagnosed bipolar not too long ago. So I've started different medications and things like that. And I've bought books that as soon as I find out anything about anything, when I had kids and stuff like that, I just delve into reading and researching. And so as soon as I found out I was bipolar, I totally reached out, looked for workbooks, looked for books that I could read. I even got yours, Living a Non-Anxious Life. So I've been reading into it, and I even found books that are living with someone with bipolar. And so I've reached out to him and I've asked him, I've bought the books and was would you read this? It'll help explain a lot of the way that I react to things, things that I do. And it's he completely refuses. So I don't know what to do with that.
Does he learn about any other thing in his life by reading?
Yeah. If it has to do with fishing, if it has to do with camping, if it has to do with 3D printing, okay. He'll read about it.
Well, he'll read books, or he'll read online articles?
He reads online articles and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's like I reached out to him the other day to like a couple weeks, about a week ago, to find out like where we were, where he saw things, and he basically told me that not that he doesn't care about the relationship, but basically it's just his kids are his pride and joy, and that's where he's putting his thoughts at the moment, and he's not worried about us.
Okay. When you say he's not worried about y'all, he's not worried that y'all have grown apart, or he doesn't care about you at all?
He doesn't care about us. Like, it's not something that's on his mind.
Okay.
He's always been, I found someone that's very selfish. He always does what he wants to do. And I just sort of went along with it. But I think I'm at the point that I'm starting to realize that, like, retirement age is coming up soon, and he's already decided, like, well, I'm buying a cabin in the woods and I'm going to live there. And it's like, my opinion doesn't count.
Yeah. It's never counted, Emily.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't really know what to think. How can I help?
I don't know. I don't know if I need someone to tell me that, like, you're right. Like, it's just that you've grown apart, that you're done, that...
I don't think y'all were ever together, Emily. Y'all have been engaged for 19 years. You've done whatever he wants to do for 23 years.
Yeah.
You had kids by him.
We've been roommates, basically.
But you've gone along with it. And so I'm not in a position to blame him, because for 25 years, you've just gone camping with him.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say, it's okay to say, I want something different now. You just got to be really clear about it. And he's been living his life for a quarter century, and you've been a part of that life. And so he's going to look at you as though you're walking away from the world that y'all co-created together. Does he know you have hated all of this stuff all these years?
Yeah, he knows that, yeah.
But I guess he also knows this is like the reverse of behaviors of language. Most people say, like, when I say behaviors of language, they say, like, no, I love you, but then they don't do anything to help. You're saying, I hate this, but then you go along with it. And so for him, behaviors of language, which is, she's cool with it.
Yeah.
And it's not just camping, it's probably a whole bunch of other stuff too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. Well, it's like I said, like, we don't go out for supper or anything like that. And he said, well, when I had mentioned that we don't go out, we don't do anything, that, well, I'm the one that you should be reaching out. I don't have to be the one that does it all the time. So I reached out to him, and yesterday we went out for breakfast.
How was it?
And it was all right, but we didn't talk about us or anything. We talked about everything but us.
Okay.
So it was good, but we just always seem to fall back into this same pattern, the same trench that we live in, pretty much.
Okay. So what are you asking me?
I don't know.
It sounds like you have two choices. Things can just keep going like they're going. They're going to end up wherever they end up. Or you can do what I think is incredibly hard work, and that is to create a destination in your mind, and not just words, but I want you to have a clear, crystal clear picture of what that looks like. Here's what 15 years from right now looks like. Would you build that with me? Or would you build a new us? Here's what I would love this to look like. Will you talk about it? And if he says, no, I'm not talking to you about any of this stuff. I don't care about any of this stuff. I'm going to get these kids out of the house. I'm moving to the woods. I don't care about you. Then you have to live in that reality.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand this kind of aimless, let's just talk about us. Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, I hate everything for the last 23 years. Well, that's a grenade that nobody can handle.
Mm-hmm.
And if he hasn't been abusive, he just kind of ignored you. I mean, I guess that's kind of abusive, but it's just been the way y'all's life works is you're like, I really don't want to, or you don't communicate as clearly as you think you're communicating it. And he just goes on to the next thing. He's trying to be a good dad and do, I don't know. I'm just speaking it out, but here we are.
Yeah.
I think talking about and thinking through and digging into what has been isn't a great use of your time right now. What's more important is, where do we want to go? And you're going to have to lay out on a piece of paper. You're going to have to give him a roadmap and say, this is what I want my world to look like. Are you in?
Okay.
But you have to be willing for him to look at you and say, no, I'm not. And then from there, in the States, Get Married 101 is, if it ever ends, there's a legal path for how to split stuff up, how to do custody, how to do kids, and all those things. I don't know what it is in Canada, but depending on what state you're in, you can find yourself in a mess in the U.S. if you're not married for this long, and you're splitting up property, you're splitting up stuff, splitting up kids. It just becomes a nightmare. And so I don't even know how to direct you in Canada. I would probably go get with a barrister or an attorney and figure it out. Say, what does this actually mean? And you have to ask yourself, do you want to not be married to him anymore? You seem to have gotten a glimpse into life without him. And if I heard you correctly, you said it brought you peace?
I didn't miss him at all. I missed my kids, but I was kind of happy that he was gone. Like, he's gone on 4 fishing trips this summer, and I don't know. I just was kind of happy he was gone almost.
Have you said the words, I miss you?
No.
Do you miss him? Do you miss what y'all had?
I do, yeah.
Why is it scary to say that out loud?
I don't know, because I think of all the ways that he's just sort of put me to the side.
Yeah. I'm sorry that he's done that.
It's kind of like I just want to matter.
Yeah, there you go.
I want someone to fight for me, to be in all the way.
I love that. I think he deserves to hear that. And that's different than, why do you always go fishing? Why do we always go camping? I don't want to do that. That's different than, I want you to fight for me because I love you and I miss you. I miss what we had, and I want to build something new. Are you in? And I know how terrifying and scary that is, because he can look at you and say, no, I'm not. And then y'all got to figure out what to do next. But it sounds like you're drowning in your own house, and I don't want to encourage you. I don't want to encourage you to blow your family up, or him to blow his family up. But I do want to encourage y'all to turn all the lights on and look at this thing for what it is. And he might say, I don't want to look for it. I'm fishing. I'm loving my life. Who pays y'all's bills?
We split them pretty much.
Yeah, so he's just had a roommate for 23 years. Do you see how you've been playing house for 23 years, and he's just had a cool ride along the whole time. Kind of do whatever he wants to whenever he wants to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like there's a reckoning coming. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I want you to be real clear and write it down. And when you sit down to talk to him, I want you to use the word I, not you. If it's a laundry list of grenades you're going to throw about, you did this and you did this, you did this, he's going to climb up and walk out the door. If you sit down and say, I want to be married to you, and I want to be worth fighting for, and I want to reignite the spark between us, and I want to re-fall in love, and I want to do this thing all the way. Are you in? I personally don't know another path. One is a choice to live less than, and one is a choice to move all the chips all in and at least give yourself a shot at the table. And you can lose everything at the table too. But my contention is, you've lost everything now. I hate it for you. Let me know how that conversation goes. And if he wants to call, I'd love to talk to him too. But I think the best shot you got is to turn all the lights on, turn the music off, stop the dancing, stop the performing and the pretending that's been going on for a quarter century, and to say, I want to build something new. We're this old. Our kids are going to be gone. And we get to choose whether we're going to have a miserable life moving forward or a pretty amazing one. We get to pick that. We get to pick it. Will you join me? And then buckle up, man, because whatever his answer is, either way, it's going to be tough. But I think you can do it. Thanks for the call, Emily.